Hello folks, this is Sullla here. You're listening to another game for League of Legends, and this is taken from a normal game of 5. In this game, I'm going to be playing on a team alongside Speaker, who's playing as Zyra, alongside Varusnox, who's playing as Twitch, alongside Spreakaway, who's playing as Aurelia, and alongside D.Va, who's playing as Garen. And I'll be playing as Lux in this game. Then on the other side, if you look at the team that we're matched up against, we're up against a surprisingly good team for a game of normals play here. If you notice, almost everyone on their team is at least Platinum from Season 2. And I believe their Gangplank player was someone who was Diamond rank in Season 2. So yes, that means, what is that, at least, 2200 ELO or something like that? So this was a very, very good team that we found ourselves up against. And this game, not a game that I'm doing to highlight any one particular champion, just a game that was very interesting as it played out, and just a very fun game that we decided to play. So this was against, like I said, against the Platinum Brigade, against a team of all Platinums and one Diamond player. And in fact, a lot of these people had played together on a ranked team, and a lot of them actually didn't get Diamond in. We looked after the game, didn't get Diamond in solo queue, but did get it in team play in either 3s or 5s. So this was a pretty good team as far as things. As far as all that goes. But anyway, we are going to look to come down here and try to look to invade because we felt that our level 1 was stronger. So we were looking to come down here and catch someone. Unfortunately, we did not end up catching Gangplank there. But we are going to try to take advantage of our perceived strength at level 1. We have Lux and we also have Zyra, who are both pretty good in terms of level 1. They both have a root on the enemy team. And so they decided that looks like they decided that they would just back off and that they would go ahead and give us this particular buff here at the blue at level 1. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that, see what's going to go on as I go ahead and set up the profiles, portraits down here at the bottom. Try to get them matched up so you can see what's going on evenly. Anyway, I was looking to play Karthus in this match. I actually was last pick on our team. And I was going to play Karthus, but then their team actually picked Karthus with their own last pick. Well, actually picked Karthus as their AP mid right at the end, which was kind of funny. So I ended up deciding that I would just play Lux instead. Try to use Lux to sit back and poke away on this team. I don't think that Lux is the greatest fit for this particular team, but you know, might as well since it's one of my better champs. Anyway, there have to burn Smite in order to make sure we get that blue. But we did manage to take away their blue buff, and their Hecarim is instead going to start red, and he is going to head to our own blue buff, which makes perfect sense since he just had that his own blue taken away. So I believe D.Va is going to come over here and actually try to counter this particular play. Anyway, we are going to run 2v1 in top. We decided that we would run Twitch and Zyra support in top, and we would have Aurelia be 1v2 against Ezreal and against Janna right here. Meanwhile, down here, we see that Hecarim's coming in, and we are going to try to see if we can pick up this kill. Unfortunately, their Karthus player is going to get down there faster than me. I should have walked along the river. I'm also going to miss that binding, and unfortunately, that means this is not going to work out, and that's going to give us first blood. That's a bad mistake on my part right there, and then I get caught by the wall. I should have just ran down the river. Instead, I took the long way around, and by the time that I got there, it was already too late. And we were not able to get this particular kill. So their Hecarim is in fact going to, Their Hecarim is in fact going to get the double buff right there, and that's going to set D.Va behind in his jungling. D.Va is playing jungle Garen. D.Va has said that he thinks jungle Garen is good. I actually do not think jungle Garen is very good, but he wanted to play it, and whatever. That was his call for this game. Anyway, so let's keep an eye on what's going on. Again, in top lane, we have 2v1. We have Twitch and support Zyra up against Gangplank. So their Gangplank player is trying to farm at tower as best he can. And so far, having a little bit of a rough go of it. He only has the 1 CS, and he's getting harassed pretty hard. Right there's the expunge. So Gangplank taking a lot of damage right there. In mid, I'm up against Karthus. Again, I wasn't too happy with how I played that initially, but I am a little bit ahead in farm because Karthus went down to bottom. Karthus also did get that first blood, and he got a blue buff in the process, so that's not going to be particularly fun. Anyway, here comes the gank in. Hecarim coming in right as Speaker and Varus go for the tower. He's going to pick up 1 kill right there. Now he has that red buff, so there's really no way Varus can escape from this, unless he can maybe get stealth, but no, not going to be enough. And that's going to be a double kill for Hecarim, and that is very bad news because now Hecarim's going to be off to a really strong start right there in the top lane. He came in right when the pressure was on the tower. Speaker and Nox were going for that kill, and Hecarim came in right at the right moment, and so was able to pick off that double kill, and also relieve pressure for Gangplank, which is a shame because we'd actually been doing very well in the 2v1. If you notice, up to that point, Spreakaway was way ahead in terms of minion kills. He was ahead like 13 to 4 or something like that, but unfortunately that means that that's going to help put Gangplank back in the game. It's going to allow him to farm. He's going to get closer to that Philo Stone, and that's going to give Gangplank a lot of help. So in the mid, obviously, I can't really do all that much against a Karthus who has blue buff. I'm more just looking to try to farm, and I actually am ahead in farm. Let's see, right here, oh, never mind. I was like, wait, is there a fight going on? No, apparently Hecarim, oh, Hecarim, wow, we didn't even know that this went on during the game. Wow, apparently Hecarim dies to wolves, so I don't know what was going on there. We actually did not see that during the game. I don't know why he chose to pick that fight. I mean, it doesn't have a huge effect. It basically just means that it slows down his jungling, but the biggest thing that does is it means he loses his double buff, so that's actually kind of a big deal. Down here, they're going for the dive on Spreakaway. Is Spreakaway going to be able to pick this up? No. Is the Ignite going to get this? And yes, the Ignite will pick that off, so nicely played. That's going to allow us to go 1-for-1 there, and that's going to help Spreakaway out quite a bit. So nicely played there to get the kill when they went in for the dive. Let's see what goes on up here. Let's see how many of these minion kills Gangplank can manage to pick off. Gangplank, again, as I mentioned, was Diamond player in solo queue. Let's see how well he manages to do here. That tower is taking a lot of damage. Trying to get this tower down so we can then switch our top lane and put the two people back in bottom lane again. However, Hecarim is coming up. Looks like it is warded though. Indeed, got the ward down. So, going to come up to try to relieve pressure. That's what you want to do in a 1v2 situation like this. If you watch the pro players, you will see this. You bring the jungler up there when it looks like they might dive under the tower to try to dissuade the enemy team from diving you under the tower. So, their Hecarim has been playing a pretty good game thus far. Dying to wolves notwithstanding. Here he is. He's trying to sneak around to try to come in behind our top lane, but we had that spotted once again, and he's not going to be able to succeed right there. Anyway, again, in mid, I'm pretty happy with how things are going. We both got chalices. I'm not quite sure why Karthus went for the chalice. Anyway, up here, it looks like we're setting up for our own dive. However, Hecarim is coming in behind, so this is, right now, it's a 3-on-1, but it looks like it's going to be a 3-on-2 very soon indeed. Here comes the Karthus pressure from mid. They're going to turn and go on Nox. D.Va is here as well, and right now, we need to try to disengage from this fight. Speaker's going to go down. There is another kill for Hecarim. D.Va is going to pick off one kill. Karthus is coming up. I need to clear mid. I should be up there again, not moving fast enough to get out of mid lane to try to help out D.Va. Anyway, so D.Va is going to get caught by the wall. He is going to try to do his best to get them to tank this tower. He's going to get exhausted, though. Otherwise, he would be able to pick this off. And, oh, just short. Where is Lux? Still not there. Way too slow at getting up there. I figure I can maybe get this kill, but nope, laser just doesn't reach far enough. So that was another very bad mistake there. That's largely a misplay on my part. I needed to get up to top lane much, much faster. Too much time farming the creeps there. Needed to head up there. If I had been up there in top lane, I could have picked off it. Probably could have gotten at least one kill, maybe a double kill if I had played that right. But that was very, very poorly done. Again, Lux isn't necessarily a champ that roams a lot, but in a situation like that, need to do much more. So I'm going to try to do what I can to shove these minions into the tower, but the damage has already been done. Their team is ahead now 7-3 in kills, and what's particularly bad is that Hecarim has ended up getting 4 kills, and that's a very bad sign because Hecarim's weakness is his early game. If he gets going, he becomes a very, very strong champion. He actually already has double gold per 10s and boots too, and presumably he's going to start building his Trinity Force next. Either Trinity Force or a Glacial Shroud, one of the two, is what that's signifying. So that whole fight went very poorly for us. And honestly, like I said, it was really my fault more than anyone else. We did get caught out a little bit, but could have been up there and could have turned things in our favor. Meanwhile, down in bottom lane, Spreakaway, again, doing quite well. 2-1 overall on the game. Is ahead of their Gangplank. In terms of the global gold, he is slightly ahead. He really hasn't had too much trouble down here in this 1v2 lane. Right there, I have managed to go and pick up the blue buff. They tried to counter me when that happened. Had to burn flash. I actually flashed over Karthus as well. But I did get my blue buff, and that's a very big deal for Lux, who needs blue to be effective. Down here, it looks like they're going after Spreakaway. Once again, that Ezreal True Shot Raj is going to hit, but it's not going to be enough to get that kill, and we do have the Ignite down. D.Va will hold the lane for the moment, although that tower is also getting quite low. Here in mid, just farming these minions, and going to get most of them, but not all. I'm actually ahead of Karthus in farm, but again, by virtue of being Karthus, he's 202, and that means he is ahead of me, thanks to all of the pressure that his ultimate gives him. Right there, going to catch Gangplank in another binding, and Gangplank is taking a lot of damage. He's going to flash away. He's going to flash out of expunge range. But right there, Varus is going to flash after, and he's going to pick up that kill. So went in, flashed after, picked up the kill right there at the end. Unfortunately, here comes Hecarim, and there's not really a whole lot Varus can do, not with red buff on Hecarim. And having already used his flash, he's going to go stealth. Let's see, is Varus going to be able to get away from this? Ooh, maybe he can, actually. That ambush allowing you to go stealth as Twitch looks like he actually is going to make it out of here, although D.Va is now going to run into their Karthus and their Hecarim player. I'm trying to come back from buying. I need to hit this binding, and I am going to fortunately hit that binding. That's going to allow D.Va to run out of there. So we were actually able to disengage everyone from that fight. As bad as it looked, we actually did get everyone out of that with no further deaths. This tower did go down, but if you notice, the top tower also went down, so both 2v1s ended up taking their towers right around the same point in time. Now they're coming to counter our red. We know that they're there. Unfortunately, they are stronger than us right here, and we're not really going to be able to take this. Meanwhile, now we need to try to catch these guys on the way out. I am going to hit Hecarim in the binding. Varus is here as well. He's going to be applying the damage, at least in theory. There, I'm going to get off a pretty good laser. We need to try to finish off Karthus, and we are going to get him, but unfortunately Requiem's coming out. I'm going to try to use the shield, but not enough. And so we're going to go 1 for 1 in that exchange, and they did get our red buff, so that wasn't too good overall. Varus going to de-stealth. I'm not sure if we necessarily want to fight this. Yes, we do. We have 4 champions here, so if we can try to force a hard engage. Unfortunately, Janna's going to try to use her ult to disengage, and we are going to pick up 1 kill right there. Now, going in after Ezreal, he's going to flash the wall. We're going to be able to chase this down. Speak away. Speaker wanting to get this kill, but no, not going to be able to pick that off. So we were able to pick off another kill at the tail end of that fight. Meanwhile, though, Gangplank has been farming down here in bottom lane. So overall, I think that went okay. I wouldn't say that that whole sequence went great. We did go 2 for 1, but they took our red buff. And Karthus also got a lot of assists on the kill, whereas I didn't get that many assists on my own kill back there. Anyway, haven't done that much. Oh, right here, going to use the shield to save Speaker. It's not quite going to be enough, but I am going to bind Ezreal at the tail end of that. Speaker's Zyra passive would have picked that off anyway. So yeah, I think that was pretty nicely played right there. I would go back and rewind it, but the replays have been doing weird things when I use the rewind feature. They've been bugging out, unfortunately, so yeah. Anyway, right there, again, use the Lux shield to keep Speaker alive for just a little bit longer. Oh, and watch this. Here comes Hecarim galloping in behind the tower. I'm going to hit on the binding right there. I do not have flash up. I'm going to get exhausted. Spreakaway is going to come in, though, and I'm actually going to be able to survive this, if you can believe it. Spreakaway in the spot at the right moment. Varus is going to come in behind the tower to de-stealth. And right now, I probably just need to go back and... Oh, that was a mistake. Should have just gone back. Forgot that Ezreal was in the game. This team has a lot of global ults. Probably would have been better just to go back and hold on to that blue buff. Meanwhile, here comes Hecarim in behind the tower once again. They are diving this one and diving it good. Varus is going to fall underneath the tower. Gangplank's going to use his ult to protect himself right there. Hecarim is going to fly over the wall with his own ultimate. Meanwhile, Spreakaway is getting exhausted, and this tower dive of theirs seems to be working quite well, much better than you would think. And yeah, they're actually going to dive that tower and dive it hard, but as it turned out, we were not able to get all members of our team there. They actually had all 5 members of their team. And they've now jumped out to about a 4,000 gold lead, and this tower is going to fall and put them that much further ahead. So things not looking so good for us right now. We are not in the best shape that you'll see. I'm going to use my ult to try to clear the wave, and actually we are going to force them off this tower. They don't have minions here, and they're not going to be able to push. Now, they are going to turn and do Dragon, which is, of course, a nice backup plan. And we're still reviving, so we're not going to be able to get here in time to try to take this Dragon. Yeah, they already have people right here ready to pick us off as we funnel in for Dragon. The ult is going to pick off Speaker. They're going to take Dragon. In turn, we're going to get Ezreal right there. So that wasn't the worst fight for us right there. If we trade the support for trade the support for their 80, that's not a bad trade. Meanwhile, Gangplank going to use his remove Scurvy, going to use his flash. Unfortunately, that's going to be able to allow him to disengage from that fight, and we weren't able to chase that down. So unfortunately, came in just a little bit late. If we had been there maybe a little bit earlier, we could have picked off more kills. Right now, I'm looking, because I know they all have to back. We know that they just did Dragon. I'm looking to try and push mid and try to get this tower while their team's recovering. Similar idea down here in bottom lane. Varus, Spreakaway, and D.Va trying to get this tower. Again, our team is behind. We need to try to take these towers. We really need the gold. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the mid tower right here. but we are going to be able to take bottom. And right there, yeah, look at I was able to get a full Lux combo onto Karthus right there. I did manage to take out half of his health, so that was a pretty big deal. It's going to make it difficult for him to hold this tower. We're also looking to go after their red, but we actually walked over a ward. And again, they have 2 in top lane, so that's going to allow us to come here and take this tower as we come in behind it and come in and grab this. So we actually are able to get quite a bit of gold back there by taking 2 towers. Despite what you might think, we're actually ahead in towers 3-1, somewhat surprisingly. They needed to have someone else rotate to mid. That was a little bit of a mistake on their part. Didn't have enough champions there. Anyway, over here we catch Janna, but she's going to use her flash. She's going to use her Monsoon. Sorry you didn't see her using the Monsoon, but we do get a flash. And 2 ultimates down as Gangplank also used his. Gangplank is still doing the Gangplank thing, that is sitting in another lane, farming that lane, and using his ult to jump into the map. Now, we're trying to take their red, but we didn't realize that they had this warded. So their team is coming in and trying to challenge this. We need to come in response. Unfortunately, gets smited by Hecarim right there. He is going to ult, and that ult is going to do bad things to our team. Meanwhile, Karthus is coming in as well. Remember, Gangplank's still not there. Meanwhile, I'm going to come into the fight. I'm going to hit on the binding on Karthus. There's the laser. Now, Speaker is going to get the root, and one of us is going to finish this off. I'm going to polish off the kill. Unfortunately, Requiem is coming out, and that's going to finish off Spreakaway, and it's also going to finish off someone else on our team. So right now, Varus and I are the only ones still up. And again, remember, Gangplank not in that fight. He's still up in top lane. So that was not a good fight for us. They were able to use the Hecarim ult really effectively in that fight. The Hecarim ult really wrecked us. He charged right into the middle of our team. And in fact, Hecarim is now 5-1-8 on the game, which is not a good sign. I'm going to use my Lux abilities to wave clear here. That's one thing that Lux is pretty good at. With the blue buff, you can clear waves very quickly. So I'm going to use that to try to hold this tower. And unfortunately, if you look at the gold total, that has put us very far behind. We're actually 7,000 gold behind. As Hecarim, again, doing the right thing, coming in, counter jungling, going for our red. We're going to try to turn and head for him because we figured he was at our red. Varus is going to come in there, and he is going to get the initial attack on him. Meanwhile, though, Gangplank coming in here, I'm going to catch, who is this? Going to catch Ezreal right here, and then I'm going to misuse my skills. I can't seem to hit him with anything, and he actually is going to finish me off in that fight. Is D.Va going to be able to get this? There's the flash, and then the Janna going to allow Ezreal to disengage. So that went really poorly as well. Could not seem to hit Ezreal. My ult was was on cooldown. I could not use it. And Ezreal just blinked all around me, so I couldn't hit him with skill shots, but really should have been able to pick that off. So our situation, again, not that good. We're behind 7,000 gold. They're ahead 2-1 in kills. Not looking too good. I am 3-3-1 on the game. D.Va is, unfortunately, quite a bit behind their Hecarim, and Hecarim is, frankly, just a better jungler than Garen. Let's see, our hope right now, well, Varus still is close to his Infinity Edge. We really need to get him his Infinity Edge. One of the problems in this game is there's been so much team fighting that everyone's farm is very low. It's not just our team. Their team is also very low in farming. But the problem for that means that their global gold, their dragons, and their towers, and their just the gold from kills is making up a lot of that difference. Anyway, here comes Hecarim, and we're like, uh-oh, this is trouble. I need to hit this binding. I miss. That's my bad. Fortunately, Speaker gets his own root. We actually have the double roots here with Zyra and Lux. So even though I missed, Speaker was able to hit his root. That's going to allow Varus to disengage. But now the pressure's coming on to mid tower. And once again, fortunately, I have blue buff, so I can start to clear some of these waves. But we just know that their team's getting ready to dive us. And again, Gangplank in top, still farming, has his ult up, can ult into our fight. So that's one problem as well. Gangplank has been able to sit far away from our team and farm. And they're able to do that because they're ahead, obviously. We'd like it if we could split someone out and farm, but we can't do that. I'm going to use my ult for wave clearing, also get some good damage on them. What we don't know is that Hecarim is right here. He is going to turn and enter the fight, and he is just going to blow up Spreakaway immediately. Gangplank ult coming out, Zyra ult coming out. Gangplank is about to enter the fight as well. Hecarim jumps in with his ult, and that is going to blow up Varus, and that's not good for us either. Right there, going to use my ult for the extra, not my ult, going to use Lux Pool to get the extra damage. So that they're all very, very low, but we don't have a Karthus on our team, and we weren't actually able to kill any of them. So right now we're still trying to catch them. Speaker is going to catch Gangplank in a root right there, almost enough to finish him off, but he used his remove scurvy to get out of that. And again, still just trying to wave clear here, still trying to finish these guys off. Right now, Ezreal going to use his ult. I'm going to flash out. We do catch Karthus in a root. Right here, I'm going to catch him in a binding. There is Lux passive, and that's going to be enough to finish off Karthus. Now the ult's going to come out, and can I survive that? Yes, thank you, Lux Shield. So we actually do manage to hold on to this tower, but by the way, Hecarim standing on a ward obviously didn't know that he was on a ward right there. So we actually continue to fall behind, but we're holding on here, holding on by our fingertips right here. Now we're trying to jump in there on Ezreal. Once again, Janna, so frustrating with her disengages. The tornado, the Janna ultimate, allowing their team to pick their way out of that. And unfortunately, we're not really able to do too much to to get that kill. But we are looking to maybe push this middle tower while their team's back healing. See, here's Gangplank, here's Karthus. We are looking to push this tower and try to be able to at least get some damage on it while the rest of their team's not there. I'm going to use my shield. Speaker got the root on Hecarim. I'm going to use my own root. Now we're going to turn and try to focus Hecarim. I actually kill Ezreal behind the fight with ults, and then we're able to get another kill right there. So their team making a bit of a mistake here, funneling into the fight one at a time. That's going to allow us to pick off 2 kills there. I didn't even know that I killed Ezreal. I was aiming it at Hecarim, and it hit Ezreal, who was not full health behind Hecarim. And that's actually going to allow us to come in here and take Dragon off of this. So this particular fight has gone quite well for us. 2 kills, some damage on the middle tower. What do we get? We got about half of that tower. Yeah, right around half. 2 kills, damage on a tower, and a dragon, and we're actually only about 6,000 gold behind now. So we're still clearly behind, and we're gonna have to send someone to deal with this wave up here. But I mean, we're still, we're still holding on, hanging on in this particular fight. Varus just picked up his Infinity Edge, D.Va has picked up his Sunfire, and Spreakaway is getting close to his Trinity. So if we can continue to stall out their pushes long enough, we'll have a decent shot in this match. Even though their team is, like I said, pretty far ahead. But if again, we do have good wave clearing power, particularly with Lux on our team. And we do have good late game dueling power in terms of Aurelia and in terms of Twitch. So again, if we can, hold this out long enough, we still thought we had a decent chance to win, even if not an outstanding chance, but a decent chance. Right there, D.Va's going to get caught with the wall. Right here, I'm going to use my pool to try to clear the waves. Again, this tower is very low. That's one of the weaknesses of our situation right now. That tower does not offer much protection. Once again, Hecarim lurking in the wings. I'm going to come down here to ward because I figure that Hecarim's in the area. Of course, as soon as he sees that, he's going to come in and just charge right on out. So Hecarim's play has really been the difference thus far in these fights. He's been able to catch us out and been able to engage. Gangplank then has a total brain fart, and we're just going to blow him up. No idea what he was thinking right there. Speaker caught him in a binding. Then I'm going to catch him in a binding, and we just absolutely blow him up. So just goes to show, diamond rating does not mean you avoid all mistakes. Definite mistake there on his part. Now Spreak's going to try to engage the fight right here. We know that their team is not all there. We can see that Hecarim is up there. We're going to try to kill Karthus first. And right there, we are going to pick him off. Unfortunately, their Hecarim just 1v1'd Varus, and he's going to blow up. He's going to blow up Speaker. He's going to blow up D.Va. Now, Spreakaway and I are the only ones still alive. Fortunately, I get a nice binding right there. Spreakaway turns to go back in. I think he thought he was dead anyway. I think he might have been able to get out of that if he had ran away. Unfortunately, then that Lux Laser is going to miss. It might have been able to kill Janna. Not entirely sure. I still do need more AP. So that fight started out really well when we were able to kill Gangplank, but after that, did not go well for us at all. And their team now has the option of either trying to push mid, this tower is very low, can't really hold this, or their team also has the option of raiding our jungle, trying to take buffs, and I can't really pick a fight with them 1v1. So that, like I said, that didn't go very well, and now we're back out to an 8,000 gold deficit right there. Really that fight was lost because of Hecarim. He was able to kill Varus Nox 1v1 at the red buff, and then he ulted into the back of our team, and his ult just completely wrecked us. What's the name of his ult again? Onslaught of Shadows. Still don't know the name of that off the top of my head. So things went okay. Things did not go well. I was going to say things went okay, but they really didn't in that fight, and that hurt us a lot. So at this point, we need to continue to watch Baron. We need to try to keep them off Baron. If they manage to get Baron, then we will be in really bad shape. We decided at this point in time that the best strategy might be to just try to kill Hecarim first. Hecarim really isn't that tanky. He's mostly built for damage right now. I mean, he's got the 2 gold per 10s. He's building towards a Trinity. He has Shirelias for crazy movement speed when he pops his Shirelias, and his E, what is it, his charge? What's the name of his E skill? His devastating charge. When he pops his charge and he pops his Shirelias, he moves like ridiculously fast. But we figured if we could just kill Hecarim first. Oh, now he's got his Trinity too. Great. We figured if we could kill Hecarim first, right when he charges in, and then sort of disengage from the fight a little bit, that we might do better than with what we've been doing so far. because we really hadn't had that much luck. You know, we were with targeting Ezreal because of all his disengages, with all his blinks backwards and Janna to support him, and Gangplank starting to get quite tanky in terms of his Ode build. He's got the Glacial Shroud there. We figured that they might not be the best targets, and it might be better to go just straight for Hecarim and see how that went. Anyway, we're at a bit of a lull in the game right now. Right here, we are going to jump onto Ezreal. We're hoping to try to catch him, and right there, Spreakaway is going to catch him, and right there, going to hit the laser, but Ezreal blinks out at the absolute last second. I have to flash over the wall in order to disengage from Hecarim, so we were not able to kill Ezreal. Out comes the Gangplank ultimate, and now we are just in full retreat mode here, trying to blink away. D.Va has been ignited. I'm going to try to shield him, but it's not going to be enough. Speaker's going to come in, and he gets off a really good Zyra ultimate. It's going to allow Spreakaway to jump in. Varus will get the kill with his Expunge. Now Speaker's low. I'm going to try to shield him, but it's too late, unfortunately. He's going to get blown up. A nice use of Zyra passive right there. So we end up going 1 for 2. Not great, but frankly not as bad as it looked. And again, one of the key things in that fight was we weren't able to kill Ezreal. He blinked out of my laser literally at the last second, right before it would have killed him. So again, Ezreal's disengages and the rest of their global team right there. I'm going to throw in my pool, and now we can see how low Karthus is. Unfortunately, that laser goes right through everyone. Spreakaway is going to get the kill, but unfortunately now the Karthus ult comes out, and that's going to do quite a bit of damage. He was able to pick off Gangplank though, so right now we're able to get 2 kills, and now we need to try to deal with Ezreal. I have to hit this binding. Fortunately, I do. Going to come in there, use the pool, and that's going to pick off 1 kill. So we're able to go 1 for 1 there. Not great, not terrible. I'm actually up to 7-3-6 on the game right now, so finally starting to hit pretty hard as Lux. Was able to play that fight pretty well. Again, with Lux, you need to disengage. That's the whole idea. You need to stay away from the fight and just keep poking with your, with your bindings, with your pool. Try to shield your teammates as much as possible. I'm actually shielding for quite a bit now that I have a fair amount of ability power. Now my shield, 250, and that can hit more than once. Pool deals pretty good damage. The binding deals a lot of damage. The laser deals a lot of damage, and is on a fairly short cooldown right now. So that fight, I mean, it didn't go great, but it could have gone a lot worse in that fight. We've been hanging right around this 8,000 mark for a little while now. I probably need to come over here and get this blue buff. Again, if we could have killed Ezreal right at the start of the fight, I think that would have gone much better. But again, Ezreal and his disengages, he was able to get out of that particular fight. And that really kind of swung that fight from a win for us into more of a break-even exchange. Anyway, my blue's up, dragon's up, a lot of stuff up on the map right now. There it is. I know people have said when you turn off the Fog of War, the minimap just looks blindingly bright, which it does. So we'll turn it back off. Anyway, we've got to worry about Baron. Again, going to toss the pool in the back so we can see. Zyra seeds also give vision in the back of the Baron pit. We actually don't have a lot of wards right now. D.Va's the only one with wards. So anyway, our biggest danger is when we're out in the open. We're very susceptible to being caught when we're out in the open. Just because Hecarim moves so freaking fast when he pops his E. Yeah, his base movement speed is 462, and it only goes up when he pops his charge and when he pops his Shurelya. So they're going to make the smart move here. They're just going to go and grab Dragon. Going to give them a 10,000 gold lead, very significant lead in the match. And now, right now, here comes that movement speed boost. There is his Ghost as well. He's going to ult and hit nobody, though, and we're going to turn and we're going to catch him in a binding. And again, we're going to try to blow him up first, and D.Va's going to get the kill. Now we've got a nice Zyra ult. I get a nice laser right here. We've got Ezreal very, very low. Once again, he has not died. We just need to turn and finish this off. We are going to get Karthus right there. Now we need to turn and try to finish off Janna and finish off Ezreal. Spreakaway going in. Is he going to get this fight? Yes, he gets the first kill. Now can he get the second kill here on the Janna? We want to get that Oracle. Just needs one more dash, and that is going to pick off the kill. So we actually pull off an ace right here. And that is a nice sign indeed. Again, Hecarim just has played so well throughout the game, but he misused his ult right there. He ulted nothing. Unfortunately, we're way too low to do Baron, but what we can do is try to push mid and try to get something. We'd love to get this tower. I'm going to use Lux Laser to wave clear, and we should be able to get this tower. Now, Hecarim is up, and if he can run up here, that is going to pose trouble. But we are going to manage to get that tower, and hey, look, we're back to being only 8,000 gold down. Still a huge nut margin, don't get me wrong, but not totally out of this just yet. And let's see, up here, I need to get back to base, need to recall. Unfortunately, I am standing on a ward, but it looks like it's not going to matter as they don't have anyone in range. So we're going to go back and buy, and that was enough for Spreakaway to get his Guardian Angel. I think it was enough. I don't think he had that before, but he was able to pick up quite a few kills. Now he's up at 7-5 on the match. Let's see, I grabbed a blue pot right there. D.Va still doesn't have that much in the way of items. I'm not quite sure what he's building here. Meanwhile, Varus needs to get that Phantom Dancer. He is definitely weaker than their Ezreal, who has Trinity and Bloodthirster right there. Speaker is 0-8 on the game, but he's actually playing quite well. In all honesty, he really has been playing well. He's gotten some very nice Zyra ults off and some really nice roots in these fights as well. So anyway, now again, if we just need to get another fight like that in terms of trying to turn this around. That's the biggest thing we need to do. We see Hecarim over here. D.Va spotted him, so we can see that he's at our blue. We'd love to be able to get this. I don't know if we're going to be able to come down and take it, but we'd love to be able to get it. As it turns out, it looks like no, Hecarim is going to take that. So they actually have both blue buffs right now, and unfortunately that's another just reflection of the lack of control that we have over the map right now. Really would have liked to come out and fought. They are waiting. They're trying to bait a fight right here. They're going to toss in a ward. They know that we don't have vision. They have wards. Wow, they have 2 wards in that brush right there. We know that they're in this brush right here, or I thought we did. Speaker is going to come in. Their Hecarim's going to charge a little far forward. That's a bad laser, though. A better laser there would have been much better. Spreakaway is going to pull off the kill, and again, targeting Hecarim first seems to be working. We're going to blow him up first and then get into their back lines, trying to go after their Gangplank and after their Karthus. Right there, another nice binding hit by Speaker is going to get their root right there. Meanwhile, now the Karthus ult actually is not off cooldown. I don't know if you can see that, but he can't ult because his ult is not off cooldown, and that's going to allow a lot of us to survive this. Right now, we need to make an immediate decision. Do we want to go for Baron? And we were like, yes, we need to go over there. If we're going to try it, we need to go for it right now. This is a risky call, but we figured if we go for Baron immediately, we can probably pick this off, and it will be the best shot we have to get back into the match. So we decided we would go for this, largely because we're so far behind. We feel like we have to make an attempt to go after this. They do not have it warded either. No wards here at the Baron. So if we can do this fast enough, you know, we should be able to pick this off, but D.Va is not there with his smite, and that's a bit of an issue right there. So Baron is getting very, very low. Right now, it's down to just 3,000, but Gangplank is here, so we need to turn and deal with him first. Again, that Baron is only at 2,700, but now Karthus has revived, and that's the problem, because now Karthus ult is going to pick us off, and Hecarim's here as well, has gotten to the fight very, very fast, and that is going to just blow us up, and oh no, that was a disaster for us. They've now killed 3 of us, and they're going to take Baron off of this fight. So that really could not have gone much worse. That is not what we needed to have right there. And unfortunately, now we can't challenge. So, oh, the frustration. Baron down to 2,000 health. But we weren't quite able to take it. And really the thing that killed us there was Karthus ult immediately upon reviving. The power of the global ultimates right there. That and just how fast Hecarim was able to get up there from base. He was able to revive and get up there in, I don't know, 5 seconds, something like that. Much faster than you'd ordinarily expect. So we just needed to get there a second or 2 faster or not go for that. Anyway, their Karthus player is being stupid. He has dove past the tower. We're going to be able to pick off that kill. But Hecarim and Ezreal are pushing our mid tower, and they've managed to get most of that tower, Karthus' silliness notwithstanding, and their team is back up to that 10,000 gold lead. More importantly, they now have Baron, and we really needed to take a Baron in order to, that Baron in order to make us competitive in the match. We're going to try to grab Hecarim here, but again, Hecarim is just so fast. Look how fast he's moving. Spreakaway is going to be able to get the slow with his Equilibrium Strike. We actually are doing a lot of damage, but Hecarim's going to ult over the wall, then Spreakaway flashes after him, and oh, that may have been a little bit overly aggressive right there. Still chasing on this fight. Gangplank is on his way up from bottom lane, so we are going to manage to catch Ezreal, and Varus is going to get the kill with his Expunge, so we actually get a double kill right there. Unfortunately, D.Va has to wave clear in top lane, so are we going to be able to get something out of this? We did kill 2 members of their team. We'd love to be able to push into their base, but again, they do have Baron buff, and we figure we probably just need to back off and not try to push our advantage too far in this situation. As much as we'd like to, you know, push into their base, they do still have Baron. They are still stronger than us, and there's just not that much we can do. So a good fight for us, but and you know, we're still right there in kills. It's 32 to 29, but their advantage in global gold is pretty big at this point. Largely because they've been, they got the Baron. They've gotten, I believe they've gotten all the dragons. We actually are even in towers though, for what that's worth. But this tower almost dead. That's a bad sign. And the fact that they have these globals has meant that they've been able to have people out in the side lanes much more often. Their Gangplank, if you've noticed, has been off in side lanes a lot of the time. He's been doing a lot of split pushing in this game, which he can do because, number one, he has a global. He can be in a side lane and then ult into our fight. And then number two, as because they're ahead, they can have 4 against our 5, and they can do reasonably well. We can't really split someone off to farm that often, because if we do, then they're just going to engage on us, and they're going to kill us. Anyway, the dragon, though, is up, and we're in position to do this. Again, we saw that Gangplank was in top. We had just seen him, so we can potentially just burst down this dragon, do it quickly, and that'll give us 1,000 much-needed gold. There is the laser plus the smite. And meanwhile, it's just who is this? Just us, just Ezreal and just Hecarim pushing here in middle lane, but that tower was all but dead already, so there wasn't a whole lot we can do. Now, though, Ezreal's sticking around to push this inhibitor, so we're going to try to catch him out right there. Speaker's going to get the root. He blinks over the wall. Unfortunately, Hecarim also right here. I need to disengage. I'm way too close to this fight as Lux. Need to turn and use ultimate. Although, wait, I just used it on Dragon. So this is not really the fight that we want right here. Spreakaway is trying to chase, but now the rest of their team has shown up. Gangplank with his Guardian Angel. And now we've kind of gotten caught out away from our towers. So this is not quite the place that we want to be right now. Here they come into the fight. I am going to get walled off right there. We're trying to help Spreakaway, but I'm going to get engaged upon, and I'm going to get blown up. My positioning was not the best right there. Was trying to get Spreakaway out, but probably should have just disengaged. The Karthus wall was pretty well placed. So that was a big mistake by me, because what that means is we can't fight to hold this inhibitor. Yeah, so that's a pretty, like, I've made some nice plays in this game, but that was a big mistake. Could not afford to die there, because it means we really have no chance to hold this. And it also means that they can go ahead and start pushing on this top tower if they want to, or they can go down to this bottom tower. And their team is now, what is it? Actually, they're still right around the same place they've been, right around that, maybe a little over 10,000 gold. But it's really been between like 8 to 10,000 for quite a while now. While that's good in a sense, that means that we're not falling further behind. It does mean that we're not making up that much ground either. We haven't been able to do too much to make up gold gain that was lost earlier in the match. So I will be up in a minute, and again with Lux, pretty good at stalling out pushes, but we need to do something to turn this match around soon, or this one's just going to be lost, because their team is continuing to snowball. Not particularly fast, but they are snowballing this match. Varus was trying to come in and see if he could get the jump on Gangplank, but I'm not even sure if he could win this match 1v1. Maybe. Tries to get the slow with the casket onto Gangplank. Meanwhile, here comes Spreakaway, though, so now we've got a shot. Gangplank going to use his ultimate, going to use his remove Scurvy off of the Equilibrium Strike, and unfortunately can't really do a whole lot. So we got the ultimate down, but unfortunately that's not going to do all that much in this particular situation. Anyway, D.Va is pushing down here in bottom lane. Let's see, he's got the Sunfire Cape, he's got the Last Whisper. Again, Garen is more of an early game champ, not that useful late in the game, unfortunately. Oh, and I've got to sorry, I totally missed that. I have to go back. This is one of the funniest things in the match. Okay, so Spreaker is right here. Hecarim is here. Speaker walks over a ward. Watch Hecarim. He's going to use his, Shirelia's. Speaker's going to flash over the wall. Speaker's going to use his own Shirelia's. Out comes the Hecarim ult. And wow, did he get blown up. There is the lol getting typed there. So yes, that Hecarim, man, wow, is he fast when he pops all his stuff. He used his devastating charge, his E. He used his Shirelia's, and Jesus Christ, is that guy fast. He didn't even use his ghost right there. Speaker used his own Shirelia's. Speaker flashed over the wall, and he still was not able to disengage from that Hecarim. That's how fast he was going. So yeah, Hecarim. Oh, he also used Ghostblade. I forgot. He used Trinity Force. He used has Trinity Force. Used Ghostblade. Used Shirelia's. Used his E. And oh my goodness gracious, that guy is really fast when he pops all that stuff. So this is the danger for us right now. Hecarim is really fed right now. He's at 15k gold. He has the most gold in the game. For his team, yes, more than Gangplank, more than Karthus, more than Ezreal. Yes, it's really has been Hecarim that's caused the most problems for us in this game. We've kind of been able to deal with everyone else, but not him. Anyway, Ezreal's down here in bot, so this is a good time for us to force a fight here in middle lane. Here comes Hecarim, though, once again going to charge in and just deal so much damage. He's just blowing up Varus Nox, just blows him up immediately. Uses the ultimate. I get exhausted. There's nothing I can do once I get hard engaged upon and exhausted. D.Va getting blown up. Again, a triple kill for Hecarim. And right there, the quadra kill for Hecarim. And this is just not going well for us. This Hecarim, so sstrong. And at this point, is he going to get the penta kill? Yes, he gets the kill, but it's too late for a penta. So yeah, Spreakaway was willing to give it to him, but too late, not able to get the penta. We are all dead, and miracles happen sometimes, but not in this game, because they're going to be able to push in and finish off the base, and that's going to do it for this one. So not able to turn this one around. Sorry if you guys thought that there was going to be some sort of miraculous pullback to this game, but we weren't quite able to do it. I think we put up a good fight in this one, but in the end, Hecarim just too strong, not able to finish this one off, and their team is going to end up taking this match. But it's been one of the more entertaining games that I've played recently. A really fun 5v5 match with, I think, some nice play on all sides. Some mistakes, obviously. We made some mistakes, but some nice plays everywhere, too. Just really have to give credit to this Hecarim player, Madosan85, who played really well. Again, people sometimes say, I've heard people say in the comments, you guys just play scrubs. You don't play anybody who's any good. Well, I hope this game will sort of serve to offset that. Again, their team was all platinum. The one guy was diamond, and most of them were diamond season 2 in ranked 5s or ranked 3s. So pretty good level of competition. I think that we could have won this one. The thing that killed us was the fight at the Baron. If we had fought that a little bit better, I think we might have been able to take this one. I think if perhaps in that fight we had 2 people back. We had Diva went back to base because he was really low. But I think if everyone had just run the Baron, we could have done it and gotten out of there just before they got there. But in any case, they were able to pull out that fight, and then they snowballed the game to a victory on their end. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and try to get some more I will try to get some more videos up when I have more time. Anyway, see you soon. Take care.